Hey Soul Family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're doing a reading about a message that is meant to reach you right now. And to do this reading we have 4 piles for you here today. Let me introduce your crystals. For pile number 1 you have the blue agate crystal, and this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 2, you have the green Aventurine, and this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 3, you have the yellow Aventurine, and this is what your crystal looks like. And for pile number 4, you have the red Jasper crystal, and this is what your crystal looks like. All right, so take a look at which one of these 4 crystals you're the most drawn to, and that will probably be the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, or maybe even all of the piles, trust your intuition. It is your magic that always guides you and leads you to the right readings. So whether you're just drawn to one, then that will be your pile. Or if you're drawn to several or maybe all, nothing is too little or too much, then these will be your piles as well. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hi pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the blue agate, and today we're taking a look. I feel this one, so I'm going to take it actually. And today we're taking a look at a message that is meant to reach you right now. Okay, so I believe your tarot deck, ooh la la, is now shuffled. Let's first pick one card from these 3 oracle decks on the table before we begin your reading. Thanks a lot. Okay. Your cards are jumping today. Looks like there is an important message or a pressing message that you're meant to hear. That's the vibe I'm getting from the cards and how they're moving. So let's see. Let's find out what they are together. One last card, a chakra card. You know, measure the energy of the reading. Okay, it's not meant to come out. There we go. That's it. And let's find out what your oracle cards are. So the first card is exchanging gifts. Interesting. All right. Look at that. It has 7. July. If you're listening to this reading in July, it may be signifying that something is happening this month, or this is of course timeless. Whenever you're listening to this, it could mean that something may be happening in the month you're listening to. So you have the Morrigan with power, courage, strength. Interesting. Loving this energy for you. And finally, this could also mean reciprocity. Let's wait. And you have growth. Whoa. I love this energy for you. So this is the heart chakra, and we see growth happening. It's either you're loving how something is growing, or it could be talking about your growth, because we have power, courage, and strength. Let's wait and find out together. Right, so the first cards that tarot cards that you got, you have the Knight of Cups, And you have the Two of Wands with the Discerning One. You have the Four of Wands with the Demiurge. I'll check that in a second. The Demiurge. You have the Two of Pentacles with the Tension. And let's have four more here. You have the Five of Pentacles with the Vagabond. Yeah, the Vagabond. It's an interesting card, this one. I think it's giving us a lot of the information that we're seeing here. We'll talk about it in a second. I think it's pronounced the Vagabond, in fact. The Vagabond. You have the Journeyman, the Eight of Pentacles. Archangel Commander, that's the King of Swords. And finally, let's pull it from the bottom. You have the Six of Wands with the Champion. Wonderful. Okay, so what are we seeing here, my dear pile? Number one. See, with the Five of Pentacles, I feel like something may not be going right in your life at the moment. Perhaps there is tension. And I feel like you're really seeking refuge with this specific Vagabond card. So of course, a refuge more of a spiritual nature. I don't see it as you asking help from someone specifically, but I feel here in this reading that the situation is so big that at this point you feel that you're seeking refuge from something much bigger, like for example from God, from the universe, from your spirit guides. Yeah, it looks like the situation is pretty tough, because with the doors being shut, I feel like to you feel, to everyone actually, you feel that this is the door that would open up. This is the place or the energy that will always open its doors for you. We're seeing a synagogue here, a place of worship, and this is where I'm getting the idea from. You know, with a Vagabond, it feels like you feel like you don't belong somewhere almost. Yeah. And I feel like with the door opening here, it's a message that you've come to the right place. In fact, right here, you see the Abraham stone. I don't know if you could, there we go. And it's a key factor in this Five of Pentacles, in this card. The Abraham stone is known as the stone of healing, the stone of fortune. And you see, this is what this Vagabond was seeking. And so the understanding is the strong message, you came to the right place. And Mercury in Taurus, you know, Taurus is the second house of home. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah, it is the second house, material things. And so I know that Taurus loves their home. They love to make it cozy and homey. And so this almost gives me, with Mercury, communication that you've come home. You've come to the right cozy place, the true home. And so your prayers have been heard. It's almost with exchanging gifts, this reciprocity is that you've put your faith in us. This could be God, your spirit guides, the universe, and we will help you. We will not let you down. Here you have the Morrigan, which is the Celtic goddess of death. She's also associated with the same idea, healing, transformation. So I'm getting the understanding that things are changing on a grand scale. And although there's tension at the moment, you feel a lot of worry and you feel like things are getting perhaps worse and worse, it's at the same time energetically growing. And although you may not see it in your world now, soon enough, you're going to see that effect appear in your life. There's great growth happening. It's happening energetically at the moment. And very soon, you're going to feel very blessed, my dear pile number 2. You will feel like the universe or God is giving back to you, that you really were never left alone, as you feel here. In fact, with the 8 of Pentacles, I genuinely feel there is a message here from your spirit guides. I know it's the 8 of Pentacles, but I can't help but understand that the spirit guides within the 8 of Pentacles is almost a message. Actually, it's totally a message of, we're working with you. You're not alone. And just as hard as the circumstances may be, you have a power and support that is equal and maybe even larger and bigger. Soon, big changes are coming for you, my dear pile number 2. Trust and know through this communication, because you have Archangel Commander, it's almost like you're getting a spiritual direct message in this reading. Trust that the communication being delivered to you is one of great support, that there is great changes happening in your life, although you feel the tension at the moment, and that you're not alone. And with the 6 of Wands, you're going to feel like you've overcome this phase of your life successfully. In fact, this is what the 4 of Wands signify, reaching a certain milestone. Almost like the message is, you're ending this chapter of your life and you're being opened up to a new chapter that will be really far different than the one you are experiencing at the moment. And this is your strongest message at the moment. The second strong message that I see here for you is one of power, courage, and strength. And I see that your guides are telling you, stand strong at the moment until this energy changes. Face it head on with strength, knowing that this is not going to be the situation moving forward. It is very temporary, and so get up. Is this Genghis Khan, I think? And in that case, this would be a symbol of power. So get up strong, face it with strength, knowing that things are working out for you behind the scenes, and very soon everything is going to change for you. So put your head up high, stand strong, and face the situation with courage. In fact, now seeing the 3 faces here, this reminds me again of the Morrigan, because she's like the 3-head goddess, you know, the maiden, mother, and crone, which shows me the different phases of your life. I believe you've been through the young phase where you had optimism about life, the mother, where you grew up, you learned more about the cycles of life and how they work. And then through the crone phase, I feel like you will balance the extreme positivity and the extreme worry, where you're cautious but you're enjoying life with a lot of wisdom this time. And in that phase, you're becoming your strongest self. You will be enjoying this wisdom and the strength for the rest of your life. Another thing you can see here, the gesture of as above, so below. as above, so below. And so your final message in your reading is, this door is always open for you. Trust that sometimes all you need to do is ask and believe. And the response will always be there. Will it always happen instantly? Not necessarily. But trust in the process that what happens instantly is the energy, what goes on behind in the ether. When it appears is the divine timing of when it should appear. But trust, you're always heard and you're always supported. And don't be afraid to ask. Reach to the heavens. It always has its doors open for you. Just like Schrodinger's cat. This is what I remember when I look at the box and the cat. You know, it depends on whether you're seeing it or not. And so, in my opinion, this is trying to say in your reading, it's whatever you believe in. If you believe you are supported and everything will work out for you and that things are going to go in the best way possible. Are there ebbs and flows? Yes, but at the end of the day, you're taken care of and things are going to go great. That's the result you're going to get and see. And if you see that it's going to be difficult, then you may be attracting that type of energy that you don't want. So don't let the ebbs and flows and the timing in between and the things that happen, which is, the normal thing that happens in the world, dictate the final result or your belief on whether things are going to happen or not. That's not the final result, and that is not what you are meant to receive. And so hold on to that truth. Hold on in knowing that everything will work fine, and accept along the way that, that with the ebbs and flows of energy doesn't always necessarily work out perfectly. Things take its course to work. So accept that, but in the knowing that you're always going to get what you believe in and have faith in your heart, my dear pile number 1. And that is what will truly give you the truth, strength, and power and courage to go on this journey without the tension that you could be experiencing. And for this reason, you're being guided to stand strong, knowing that the doors will always be open for you. And that's really the secret to healing and manifesting and fortunes right there. Believe, have faith, and so you shall receive. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see as your message on a message that is meant to reach you right now. I truly hope you've enjoyed this reading. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Remember, you are going to be a winner and that this chapter is ending. All the best of luck with that, my dear beautiful pile number 1. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the green Aventurine. And today we're taking a look at a message that is meant to reach you right now. Okay, so we're going to be using the 3 decks on the table and this specific tarot deck to conduct this reading. And I believe your tarot deck is now ready and shuffled. Let's pick up your oracle cards. So 1, and there we go. This is the one that's moving. Thank you very much. 2, and 1 from the chakra deck. That will be 3. Okay, so let's see what you have and what your message is, my dear pile number 2. So you have the she, ancient knowledge, help, dimensional. You have truth be told. Interesting. Okay. And finally, you have with the throat chakra, workaholic. Maybe you're over expressing yourself. Let's find out what this is, because, you know, truth be told and work and over expression. Let's find out. So excited about your reading. All right. So you have the 7 of Pentacles, the Devil card, the King of Swords. That is an interesting combo, especially seeing this. All right, so you have the Emperor. That's the headless man, I believe, the headless warrior. Page of Wands. Again, we're seeing the head here, cleansing. Wow, the 10 of Cups. There are a lot of colors, as we see here, in this 10 of Cups. You have the Queen of Swords, the Page of Swords, and finally, let's take this one. You have, the 10 of Wands. I see with Hille, you know, in Norse mythology, she's the goddess of the underworld. And she has half of her body that looks like it's dead, and the other half looking like she's alive. She was between the two worlds. So this reading is talking about things not necessarily being either black or white. And I think it definitely has to do with your communication with your throat chakra for one reason or the other. I'm not sure yet, but there's this strange message or idea that, at least strange for me because I didn't get yet, of sometimes, I don't want to say being too truthful or being too outspoken may not be the right thing. This could be talking about, it's the idea of it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I need to really look at the cards more to really see what it's all about, because we see the headless man and the Emperor. You know, you seem to be a very powerful, strong character who's not afraid to speak up. And with the head here, it's about the mind, the cleansing of how you see things or think about things. Because you are in the right of being strong. You are in the right of saying the truth. And you're a very knowledgeable person. Look at the she here with ancient knowledge. Very smart person. What you're saying is right. Very strong. You're right about telling the truth. You're right about being spoken. I think this is talking about a certain situation that you've gone through. I think what you're reading here is telling you, you're right about everything. It's more about the way you are expressing it and not what you're saying. We have the King of Wands and the the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Both are energies of truth, right? This is giving me an understanding of masculine energy, balance between masculine energy and feminine energy when speaking the truth. It's about being bold and courageous and saying the truth, but at the same time, being also creative and mindful of how you will be delivering it. I don't know why you have this message, but this seems to be the strong message coming here. Yeah, it's not black and it's not white. And there's a lot of wisdom in how you do things. You know why? Because here in the 10 of Cups, with all of this color, you're a very expressive person, and that part is absolutely right. You have here Krishna and Radha. And this reminds me of the Bhagavad Gita, which is ancient wisdom and ancient knowledge, right? So in the Mahabharata, which is a great epic that is talked about in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna became the charity of Arjuna in a very important war between the Kauravas and the Pandavas. These were cousins, and Arjuna couldn't go through this war and fight their cousins. On the other side, there were teachers that were dear to him, friends, cousins, family on the other side. He was talking to Krishna and he was saying, how can I fight these people who are my family and my friends and the people that I grew up with? How can I do that? And he was discussing this, how he felt with Krishna, and was about to leave the war. But on the other hand, there were people on the other side, on his side, that were really being treated unfairly. Their rights were taken from them. They were mistreated. Their rights were forcefully taken away from them. And so it's a difficult situation here. And Krishna guided Arjuna through the wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita. And taught him, the wisdom was, sometimes you just got to do the right thing. And although it may feel like it's wrong and you want to do the right thing, but sometimes one's gonna do something that may not feel right, but it is the right thing to do. And so here, I feel like in your case, what doesn't feel right is not speaking up your mind as a strong character. And you're absolutely right about that. The wisdom here, however, is how it is done. Is it perhaps about opening up your soul and speaking kindly? There's a mask here, maybe like, it's not about taking off your strong mask, but connecting more perhaps with the other person that you're dealing with. Being strong, but at the same time offering soul talk. And in this way, they would understand where you're coming from and that you're not maybe trying to attack. And so they'll be able to listen better as you speak to them. So the Seven of Pentacles here is speaking about being patient, delivering what you want to deliver, which is absolutely right. And saying everything that you want to say, express yourself fully, but it's how you express it. And so the Page of Swords in this case is signifying a new page of how you communicate with someone, ending perhaps a terrible cycle and a heavy cycle, a cycle that felt heavy for the both of you, and how and what it makes you feel when this conversation ends with the Ten of Wands. It felt heavy. Ending this heaviness cycle, starting a new page where there's more passion with the Page of Wands and more truth. Truth and passion. Exactly. Truth and passion. I also see something super interesting. Speaking about wisdom, ancient knowledge, there's such an emphasis on your mind and how smart you are. It's very potent in your reading. It's like with the headless man, your head and your mind is truly incomparable. Especially that you have the She, and the She are the fairies, the people of the fairy hill in specific. These are regarded as the original fairy race. The interesting thing is they were said to come from the clouds. So to me, I'm just thinking, maybe they are actually aliens from another planet. So could this mean that you come from another world, something like that? Or it could mean that you are out of this world, figuratively and literally. It could be literally. As a soul or as DNA, I don't know. But you are out of this world. And so there's, look with the owl, there's high intelligence here. And not everything that you say may be absolutely understood and absorbed by others, especially that you're very expressive and there's high activity of throat chakra. This is overactive with the workaholic, overactive. So here you want to be mindful of how, taking your time with the Seven of Pentacles to deliver the information you want to give and how you want to deliver it, because you are sharp, you understand it quickly with a flick. Perhaps you're even one of the people who gets it before anyone talks. You're just highly intelligent here. Not everyone is as fast-paced as you are, picks things up quickly, doesn't need for the others to finish the sentence before they got it and even formalize their solution. You give me off that energy. And so this is why there's patience here. Patience, because not everyone is on that same level of intelligence and wisdom. And sometimes with your quick wit and quick grasp and how you're so far ahead, perhaps even like 3-4 topics already ahead, it's too quick, it's too fast, and it comes off as very strong because you also have a very strong character. And so it could seem very scary sometimes. The Queen of Swords almost feels like she's disciplining someone, right? At least that's how it appears on the outside. Scary. It's not what you intend at all. And so your reading is kind of saying the communication between you and someone you deeply care about, because we have Krishna and Radha here. I'd be surprised that this whole reading is not about someone that you deeply care about. The reading is saying this person is not really on the same level yet, maybe, or at all. And so you want to start a new page with this person, taking things slow, realizing that there is a difference in thought process, to take it slow with them. And if you do that, putting into consideration how you communicate with them, with the water element as well, with emotion, considering their emotion in your mind, and speaking to them passionately, clearly, slowly, and patiently, I think there will be a major change in your connection, moving it from the devil energy to the 10 of Cups energy, which is like 10 of Cups is the ultimate happy family. So whether this is a family member or a friend or a colleague or someone that just simply means a lot to you, at the end of the day, you can move from, the most toxic or quite toxic to ultimate happiness and wonderful connection between you and this other person. Don't change who you are. Be as expressive as you want to be. It's really all about taking it slow and expressing it kindly by opening up your soul to them a little bit. My dear pile number 2. It's the combination and the balance, which is the most important thing for speaking of ancient wisdom. It's always about, as we've learned, the balance between the masculine energy and the feminine energy. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see as your message in today's reading. which is a message that is meant to reach you right now for a reason. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading, my dear pile number 2. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the beautiful yellow Aventurine, and today we're taking a look at a message that is meant to reach you right now. So this is the tarot deck that we will be using for your reading in pile number 3, and these are the oracle decks that we will be using. We'll be pulling out one oracle deck from each of these 3 decks. So thank you. We got our first one. Right, second, I feel like it's this one. Actually, these are 2, so let's take them. And finally, we'll be pulling out one chakra card to see the energy of your reading in general. I think these are also 2. Okay, so my dear pile number 3, let's see what cards you have for today's reading. First card up is the Maiden, Innocence, Love, Past. All right, and you have Time to Go. Ooh. You see, it's leading to a pathway here that may be a bit foggy or hazy, but there is definitely one. Time to Go, how interesting. This says a lot of things. You also have Chaos and Conflict. Right. You have Acceptance with the root chakra. And finally, you have Completion with the sacral chakra. I think here something happened recently, maybe in your life, that shook you to the core. And perhaps even, because it says past, it perhaps even took your innocence and your love for life away with it. I think it really affected your love for life with the sacral chakra, as well as your security, safety, groundness, stability with that, my dear pile number 3. And I'm so sorry about that. My heart aches for you as I take a look at these cards. I am so sorry. All right, let's take a look at the rest of your cards here. Something awful happened somewhere in your life, somewhere recently, and it shook you to the core. And this is what this message today is going to be talking about. Took your stability, it broke your heart, caused a lot of chaos in your life. Took so much of your essence as well. Let's explore more, my dear pile number 3. 45, 33, are you in your 30s? Are you in your 40s? So you see 4, 4, 3, 3. A lot of synchronicities here, which gives me an idea that what happened was meant to happen. So you have the King of Cups. You have the Chariot. The Empress. If you're wondering why are these cards looking like that, this deck shuffles all the elements of the regular Rider-Waite-Smith, as well as the characters and the symbols all over. So you have the 6 of Wands, and let's take some cards here as well, actually. You have the Moon. You have the 5 of Wands. Actually, it's this one. And you have, the Knight of Swords. So, I know that this is a general reading. I'll try to find examples in this reading here. So this could literally be losing someone dear to you that gave you a lot of grounding, whether you realize it or not, because there's lack of grounding here. The Empress, again, loving energy, could be a mother, a father who perhaps passed away at some point, and that shocked you, because again, this is the throne of the King of Pentacles. So we see stability, we see grounding, that root chakra. And we also see with the King of Cups sitting in their throne, kindness along with that, you know, masculine energy of being strong and taking care of everyone. So it really could be losing a parent, one parent or the other, but that's too specific. I totally understand. The loss could be, and that type of energy, by the way, could be translated in so many ways. Losing something special and dear to you that gave you a lot of stability. Losing, losing something that meant a lot to you. Perhaps that felt so unfair to lose and was not easy at all to go through what you had to go through. I think you genuinely have gone through some painful emotions. No question about that. For a lot of you, it's like you had to let go of someone, whether they're alive or not, or you had to let go of something dear, because with time to go, something that was just there, was a big blessing in your life, was simply just taken from you. And it was taken from you because it was meant to make some sort of grand shift to who you are. Very hard to hear. Look at the elf ears. Very hard to hear, perhaps even bitter to hear. But it did really happen to heal you. And you could say, heal me, I feel broken. I totally understand from the cards here how you would absolutely say that. But the energy is present here with the star. Oh, I forgot to tell you why. With the star figure, star card is a card of healing, also a card of achieving dreams or getting your biggest dream come true. We see the Chariot being irrigated. So this really, even if it doesn't look like it at the moment, was meant to change who you are at the core, help you heal, and it's like they were the seeds that you will irrigate to achieve so many things that are important, perhaps with a Chariot towards your life mission or what you want to achieve. Knowing that what you feel you have lost, you may not have entirely lost as you think. Perhaps it just changed forms. And your biggest message is only through acceptance will you find the true wisdom and what this whole journey was about. Why do I say that? This specific message. Because here is a very interesting card. You see here a waitress called Cherry. And as I read, oh my God, it's 4343 right now as we were talking about this card in your video timing. So Cherry is a waitress who does her job, and there was a time where she was having a comfort. Her name is Cherry, and she like presents cherry pies. So there was this time where she was having a conversation with her friend about how her boyfriend, she feels like life's good, but it's like it's missing something. And she was telling her friend, I feel like my life is exactly like this pie. It's cool, it's really good, but it's missing something. Because her boyfriend may be good, but she senses that he is unfaithful, and she senses that he may not always be around. Doesn't really ask much about her. And so she feels like something is really missing, just like this pie. And so her friend said, well, maybe this pie is meant to look like that, like a heart shape. And so from this moment, Cherry changed her perspective and loved how the pie looks like. And because of that change in mindset, that it is supposed to be the way it's supposed to be for a reason, because if you look at it from a different perspective, it makes you understand something else. She broke up with her boyfriend, didn't have to endure this cheating any longer, and found the right man who respected her and who treated her with love and who filled that emotion that she wanted. And so I see your cards are telling you perhaps what left from your life was meant to leave. If you take a look at the bigger picture, it could be giving space for something that fills you up. Everything and everyone comes in our lives for a reason, and we enjoy and experience what they have to offer and what we have to offer them, and things change. When this energy leaves, whether it's a person or something that you were very blessed to have, we only stop suffering when we start accepting the changes, and that everything happens for a reason. And you can see here in the moon card, during the times of unknown, it does lead to manifestation, just like the Saturn energy, where we sometimes go through difficulties, but it leads us to finding ourselves and getting our dreams coming true and getting something achieved that we've always wanted. And you can see here the magician in this moon card left his tools and now is holding the star wand, signifying that his dreams came true. And you'd think, why would the magician throw his tools? That's what helps him manifest. Interesting how the magician and the moon both have an element of manifestation. And I think this card is trying to tell you, within the context of this reading, is that sometimes you have a tool that makes life magical for you. But what if that magic that this tool was giving you is already present in your life, or that you'll receive this magic without having the need for this tool any longer? That's why the magician is holding this magical wand. It's like, for example, having a fancy car that is fast and comfortable and so enjoyable to have, that takes you to your favorite resort. Let's say you're so blessed, you have this beautiful car, and that you're blessed because you get to go to this resort. And this is the only car that took you there in a really nice, comfortable way, without having to pay for an airplane perhaps to get there. And you just felt so blessed to have both, the car and the resort and everything. And then in an unfair event, another car just smashes this beautiful car that you have, and it just, agonizes you. And you're like, that's not fair. This is my car. Putting insurance aside, that's not fair. The other person, for one reason or the other, you just don't get your car fixed. You think you've lost something big, but then if you were in a great hit of luck, got hired and got to live in that beautiful resort, it became your life, then in that case, yes, you loved your car and everything, but what it used to do for you, and please exclude people from this, what it used to do for you is not really needed any longer, because you are in the place where you wanted this tool to give you. Of course, with people, there will be another example totally. But you get what I want to say. And so with people, they will always be in our hearts and soul. And they're always there by our side. And they want us to live a happy life. But they also want to see how this experience will help you grow and reach your full potential. They're wanting you to reach your dreams. Or if this is a person who you lost but wasn't really a good person, like that example, we see the two energies, then in that case, you didn't really lose that much. You only have many things to gain, my dear pile number 3. Whatever that energy was, at the end of the day, it was truly here to make you a winner with the 6 of Wands. Slowly but surely, you're moving to calmer waters and you're changing who you are. You're healing, you're moving forward. And you will be presented with amazing opportunities, maybe even people moving forward in your life. That's with the yellow here, with the bright yellow, that's abundantly clear. You will be presented with big opportunities and wonderful people coming up in your life after all these pains presented by the blood here. Heartache. And so, with the 5 of Wands, being presented in the scene of the 5 of Swords, your message is, there are challenges in life with the 5 of Wands. There's no question about that, and there will continue to be challenges. And so it's about choosing how you want to go through these challenges with the 5 of Swords. Do you want to go through them like a winner, or do you want to go through it losing what is dear to you, like your hopes and your dreams and the opportunity to grow spiritually and transcend and heal karma and have a closure and be a happy person? And so I believe your reading is truly telling you, allow this process to take course, to reach its closure, so that you can reach your transcendence and your spiritual growth into becoming who you are meant to be. And up ahead, you are a winner where you will be proud of winning difficult battles that maybe not everyone would be able to go through and win. And that's what your card is telling you here. It's about choosing your mindset, or choosing how you behave and act towards it, to accept and do the right thing to move forward, or to recluse, and it won't stop there. The challenges will continue. And so how do you want to go through these challenges? With great strength, where it's easy to just push them away? Or do you want these challenges to come and make it even harder? Life is full of challenges. It's full of ebbs and flows. It's full of ups and downs. And that's not a bad thing. If we approach it from a strong mentality and with a strong attitudes, they don't look like challenges anymore. We reach a state of strength where they don't affect us anymore. Think about this, for example, how the same two people could have the same event happen in their day of, some sort of argument between you and a stranger, and between the two and the stranger, some debacle. One fights it discusses it with strengths, puts boundaries, goes home, forgets even about the situation. It's one of the things that happened during the day, and they have more important things to think about. And then the other person would feel bad, and understandably so, and would cry about it all day. And the question is, since challenges are going to happen anyway, having that strong mindset comes from a change of mindset that was done way back. changing acceptance, things like setting boundaries, things like, you know, the mentality of I'm gonna do it, and many other things. Make these challenges a piece of cake like it's nothing. And so with the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords, it's about how are you going to face these challenges, where these challenges become akin to none or near null, because you don't let them affect you or get to you? Or do you want to go through the ebbs and flows of life, feeling each and every one of them? And so it's going to be torturous. And it is that mindset that will take you back to who you are, this time stronger, from the Maiden to the Mother. It's interesting, pile number 3, they got the Maiden, Mother, and Crone. So, you know, from the Maiden, you get the wisdom of still enjoying that happiness that you used to have, this time with wisdom and strength. And my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see in your reading and what it wants to deliver to you. Many things are coming along, many opportunities are coming. It's going to be a bright future. Your emotions and how you feel are absolutely felt. They will never go unnoticed, and no one can take that away from you. But you also deserve to be happy, and you deserve to go through life happy and strong. And this is exactly what I see your reading wanting to deliver to you today. And I truly hope you've enjoyed it, my dear pile number 3. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi pile number 4, welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the beautiful red Jasper crystal, and today we're taking a look at a message that is meant to reach you right now. And these are the decks that we will be using to do this reading for you. This is the tarot deck, and on the table are the 3 oracle decks that we will be using. All right, so I believe your tarot deck is now shuffled and ready for the reading. Let's pick up 1 oracle card from each deck. Use this one, and we'll use that one, and we'll pull out 1 chakra card. Actually, it looks like you have 2. Okay, so what do you have here? Since this one popped up very clearly, how about we put your tarot cards here? Can you see them? Yeah, right there. Let's see what this is. Oh my God, so you have the World card. And I think this reading is giving us like some sort of sneak peek. I believe it's giving us a sneak peek into your future. Isn't that really cool? I think you're meant to hear about some grand news of something that is about to start in your life and will shape the future. And you're kind of like taking a look in, peeking through the keyhole before that door opens up for you and you experience that new life. Let's find out what that is, my dear pile number 4. Okay, so you have co-create. You have the gatekeeper. Gatekeeper, power, abundance. Look at these coins. Ooh, wow. And look at the eye looking through the keyhole. Unbelievable. You are definitely taking a peek into your future in this reading. There's no question about it. Okay. And with the gatekeeper, you get to take a peek. You know, like, for example, the ancient Egyptian god Anubis is the gatekeeper between this world and the other world. So I feel like this card is saying we're allowing you to take a sneak peek a little bit into what your future's going to be about. What a sweet message truly to receive. Let's find out more. So you have facade. This is the solar plexus chakra. And you have dissipating again, the solar plexus. What are the odds? 2 solar plexus cards. Very cool reading. Okay, let's now pick up your tarot cards. And I don't know if you can see it on camera. I think you can. The tarot deck is split into 2, which makes me want to split it the way it wants to be split. Okay, so, whoa, what do you have? The Emperor right off the bat. Speak of solar plexus. Whoa. Okay, so you have the King of Pentacles. This is an extra card in this deck, and it's the stair of lost steps. You have Temperance, the 3 of Swords, and with Temperance, I heard patience. Didn't want to say it out loud. I thought, you know, patience until we see the cards. I heard patience. And then I realized perhaps you're meant to hear it. So, patience. Okay. You have the 7 of Swords. The Ace of Swords. The 3 of Wands. Look at that. The Star card. And finally, you have the Hanged Man. If you notice, they're all the swords and the wands, except for the King of Pentacles. And we're seeing a lot of pentacles here, which makes this card stand out even more, especially that it's in conjunction to the Emperor. Right. So with all of the swords and the wands, I believe this King of Wands is a promise of what is to come, which gives me an idea with the Emperor and in conjunction to the solar plexus that you're working very hard to create some sort of foundation, to create an empire, to create something. And it's difficult because I see with the 7 of Swords, maybe you need a break. I'll tell you why I think I said that. Because the 7 of Swords is like some sort of like retreating, taking a vacation. I think this is better. Moving away. Maybe feeling like taking a vacation that you're not supposed to take. Especially with this woman chilling in front of the television. Again, we see some sort of spy or thief. Like the idea that you want to do something, but you don't know if it's right. It may not be vacation, although I see the Hanged Man with a pause here. I see this sort of like spying, cheating energy here in common. Sneaking, hiding. Yeah, hiding. Hiding. Let's see what this card has to say in the guidebook with the solar plexus, actually. So, solar plexus. There we go. So, it talks about I'm more than I think I am. So, the legend, the story behind this card here with dissipating is Canary, a pet bird, has wonderful ideas for an action movie starring his owner, Mrs. Robinson. They frequently discuss the exciting plot with friends and family, but when they are given money to make the screenplay a reality, Canary and Mrs. Robinson choose to go on a cruise instead. Didn't we say vacation? How interesting. For the rest of their lives, they talk about their great story and exist in fantasy, not reality. Oh, okay. So could this perhaps be saying, oh, I see what this card is saying. Oh, it suddenly clicks, especially with the stairs of lost steps and this. I get it. Okay, so here is what is going on. Right. This seems to me like, again, like we said, you're a hard worker, but it seems like you're tired. Perhaps you think there's a long way to go. And are you thinking of some sort of shortcut? Maybe sometimes, we build something big and we work so hard, and when it comes to the last steps, we're like, oh, I'm so tired, I can't do this anymore. And then we don't put as much effort, ruining everything that we've done. This reminds me actually of something that I read about Michael Jackson, where they were asking him about how the album Thriller became what it is, and he was saying, can you believe this album wasn't even going to make it to life? And because the reason for that is that a lot of effort was put into the beautiful music, it was put into the amazing lyrics and everything that he brilliantly created. And so I think the record company was like pushing him for a certain deadline. And this resulted in the remix, I think, of the songs not coming out exactly as he wanted it to come. And so when he heard it, he felt so disappointed that he was like, okay, that's it. I'm not releasing this album. And that was really that was the final decision. Asked everyone to please go home. That's it. And so I think the record company reconsidered and realized how serious he was about this. And he was saying it's like, I loved the example and the analogy he gave. He said it's like baking a beautiful cake and ruining it in, I think, the decoration or something. Baking an amazing cake and ruining it in the decoration. And it's like making legendary songs or amazing songs and ruining it in the remix. And so when the record company realized how Michael Jackson was serious about this, they gave him as much time as needed to do this properly. And look at what Thriller is today. I don't think it is. I think, up until today, the most selling record ever. So this is telling me that your message is don't cheat. In whatever cheating is, it's like don't cheat yourself, rather. In doing such a great, grand job with all of this solar plexus. That's why you're taking a peek into the future. Okay, don't cheat yourself. You've gone so far, you've done so much, and the future is super bright for you. What you're working on is about to reach completion. And you're about to achieve your dreams. But look at the Three of Wands here. Don't let this ship sail. Don't lose what you've worked so hard to achieve. Why? Sometimes we are tired, or we're fed up with something, or we can't do it any longer, and it's just a little bit left. So I really believe your reading is telling you don't give up in the last moments. Patience, that's why. Patience, although it may feel like a bit painful, the pain of discipline, the pain of having to take that extra mile or make these final steps, and it's painful, especially mentally, because believe it or not, sometimes towards the very end is when we kind of feel like our goal is starting to come closer, and that's when we really feel the burn. So that's perhaps what you're going through. And so with the Hanged Man, again, it's the idea of pause. Let it take what it needs. You are about to receive results, whether this is wealth or your project being completed or your business doing great, or whatever, your master's degree, your studies, whatever this is. There is only a little bit left. And you're being supported with co-create here. Do you see, even in the facade? You're really being supported here. You're not alone. Whenever you feel like, oh, that's too heavy, how will this happen? You're not alone here. It's like the universe is conspiring and co-creating with you. So don't give up too soon. And I know too soon may not be the right word, because obviously you've gone a long way. But too soon for your dream. And you know, this Ace of Swords represents a new beginning, but it reminds me of King Arthur's sword. Only King Arthur can pick it up, which means only you can have these types of results, and hence the King of Pentacles. You have something unique that you're doing. Only you can do it, or only you can present it. Only you really can get these types of results, and for that you're putting out into the world, and only you can get these results for yourself. So don't give up too early, my dear pile number 3. Your reading is really shouting, patience, patience. You've gone so far. Don't take all this shot and feel lost at the end. What a loss of time. What a loss of potential. So, and always remember, when you feel tired, you're not alone. Sometimes you take one small step and you find that it makes such a huge difference, and it takes you, it's like taking a huge leap. And remember, it's because it's not always measured in the type of steps and the amount of steps that we take. There is an energetic element to everything. And so sometimes you take so many steps and you don't go anywhere. Sometimes you take a tiny step and you feel like you've gone 50 years ahead, and you've achieved so much. So trust in the process, and this here is saying you're not alone. It may feel like, I can't do this anymore, but trust that sometimes with little actions, you can do so much without anticipating it or without realizing it, my dear pile number 4. And so this is why you have a strong peek into your future. With the World card coming up first, you're about to complete this, and you are about to start living the reality and the results of everything that you have been building from the very beginning up to this point and even further. And there's an element of only you can make the start. Only you can have that type of effect. Yeah, that's why only you just hit my mind. Only you, for real, my dear pile number 4. And so endure a little bit. And really, with the endurance here, you know, the Hanged Man has to do with illumination, awareness. Sometimes discomfort brings awareness and understanding. And I think in your case is be comfortable in the discomfort. The less you are attached to the final completion and to the final result, the less you're going to go through this suffering and feeling uncomfortable. So I would really say take it day by day, take it step by step. And you will really see, as your reading is telling you here, there's a strong message, especially with the solar plexus. This is powerful energy. And so you will have a powerful force pushing you forward, even with the little tiny steps that you take. Continue to do what you need to do, my dear pile number 4, and you will unlock a huge door of opportunity and results showering on you that may be even beyond what you're expecting to receive, my dear pile number 4. And don't cheat all your long, hard work that you deserve to earn results for. My dear pal number 4, your reading is showing you a peek into your future. It's going to be amazing. I wish you the best of luck with that. And I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my beautiful pal number 4, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye!